Did you know that the first set of baby diapers and sanitary pads ever produced on African soil were made in Isolo here in Lagos, Nigeria in July 1981? That's a whopping 38 years ago. Wemy Industries Limited, an indigenous infant and maternal hygiene products manufacturing company that trademarks the brand name Dr. Brown's and Nightingale, now also produces a wide range of baby wipes, pant liners, underlay towel pads, ultra pads, and adult wipers. The Bank of Industry identifies with foresight. That's why it supported Wemy Industries Limited from the very beginning. That's October 1978. Over the years, the company has had its fair share of hard knocks brought on by different waves of economic turbulence. But BoI has remained with them, sustaining its intervention there because BoI rewards experience and encourages consistency. Wemy Industries Limited, Ketu Alakbere, Lagos, would be our focus today on the program BoI Weekly. I'm Kayode Alayande. Welcome to the program. Wemy Industries Limited, a family business, was incorporated by Pastor and Dr. Mrs. Odunaya in October 1979. Late Dr. Mrs. Aderonke Odunaya was a gynecologist whose decades of experience delivering babies inspired the idea of producing diapers. This was in the days when towel nappies clipped by safety pins were the order of the day. Her husband, Dr. Demola Odunaya, researched the business case, worked the numbers, and concluded the idea made business sense. The young couple's foresight, can-do spirit, and passion to produce quality maternity-related hygiene products for a steadily growing population gave rise to the first indigenous company to ever produce baby diapers on the continent of Africa. Not despising the days of little beginnings, by the end of July 1981, the Odunayas had begun manufacturing a line of healthcare hygiene products with a much deeper focus on women and children under the brand name Dr. Brown's. It's been 4 decades now, and with multiple interventions from the Bank of Industry, the company continues to grow in leaps and bounds as they have now expanded their product lines to include baby diapers, baby wipes, ultra pads, panty liners, facial wipes, adult diapers, underlay, and maternity pads.
When we started actually in Isolo, the factory was in Isolo. We started a factory there, and we started with the baby diaper line, Dr. Brown's baby diaper. My father used to be in Liverpool in his educational years in Liverpool and came across a brand called Dr. White's. So in coining a brand name, he came up with Dr. Brown's because brown reflects the African, because we're not actually black in color, we're different shades of brown. So he coined it Dr. Brown's. So the brand name of our first baby diaper manufacturing product was Dr. Brown. So we started making Dr. Brown's baby diapers in 1980 in Isolo. That was the first product line we started doing. Then from there we started doing, a year after, we started doing sanitary pads, Dr. Brown sanitary pads. Those are the first product lines we started manufacturing in the early 80s. They were very successful. We also started manufacturing toilet roll. We're the first to manufacture toilet roll in Nigeria. In fact, what we used to do was import the rolls from Sweden and cut them into rolls and sell them around the country. But we stopped toilet rolls in 1983 because, not that we're not profitable, but they were not as good and in demand as the baby diaper and sanitary pads. So we just left that and focused on those two lines.
With the help of the Bank of Industry and other interventions of government, Wemy Industries Limited has remained in business, and competitively so, despite the importation of diapers and sundry hygiene products into the country. But how does Wemy Industries produce its hygiene products?
We have the pulp, which is loaded first into the machine, and then it goes into the fiberizer where it is milled into particles. Now those particles are mixed together with particles from the super absorbent particles, and all these two together come on what you call a carrier sheet that is wrapped around the mixture of the particles to form what you call the core. Now that process actually typically explains what also happens on the sanitary pad production line. But immediately after that core is produced on the diaper area, you now have what you call the top sheet, the back sheet, and the PE film all coming together to sandwich this core that you have formed at a location that you call the marriage point. And at this same point, we put the mechanical fasteners, which you call back air or fasteners. All of this will come together to form a continuous flowing sheet of numerous diapers. This continuous flowing sheet goes ahead to a point where you have what you call the crotch cutter, where the crotch for the area that holds the thigh of the baby is being cut off. And then once that crotch cutting is done, you now have a sheet of continuous diaper flow, which now is being folded by what you call bifolders. It folds the diaper to make a continuous line, and then you go to the final cutout, where at the point where each diaper is complete, it cuts it off. It cuts it off. And then it's been folded, and then it goes straight up into our stackers, where it is being now packed into the bags. Now that's basically what happens on the diaper production line. If you were to look at the sanitary pad production line, you're going to have a repetition of what we've talked about in the diaper. Okay, basically because your pulp is loaded in again, it's been baked into particles, your super absorbent particle is added into it, it goes into the non-woven materials that is wrapped around it, your PE film is married to it, and then you form a continuous sheet, and then at the final cutout again, you cut it into the individual pieces, and then it goes into the stacker, where it's also stacked into the bags.
But how much production capacity is available at Wemy Industries?
Wemy Industry focuses on the production of healthcare products. Generally, we have the baby diaper, the baby lines, and then the adult care lines, which is usually women care. We have the baby diaper, we have the baby wipes production. We also have the nursing pad, the on-the-lay pads, which is for delivery, and then we have the sanitary pad lines in here. Basically, it might interest you to know that Wemy Industries actually happens to be the very first company. I'm not saying indigenous company, but I'm saying the very first company to actually produce baby diaper in Nigeria. Okay, so for the baby diaper line, at the moment we've got a line that can do about 21,000 pieces of baby diaper in every single hour. So depending on the SKU we want to pack them into, and then depending on the market demands, we would run a 24-hour shift if the need arises, or a 24 hours for the 7 days. On the sanitary pad line, we've got a line that can do an approximate of 12,000 pieces in every single hour. And for the under pad, we do about 6,000 pieces in an hour. While on the baby wipes line, we're looking at 7,200 pieces, packs of baby wipes in every single hour. and then our net pad line does 4,800.
Water of the highest quality is central to production at Wemy Industries, especially because of its highly sought-after range of baby wipes. That's why the company invested in a top-of-the-range water production and treatment facility.
Actually, the source of our water is a borehole, which is a 200 feet deep, down deep. Then we have some pumping machine that we normally use to trap the water from the borehole. Actually, we have a submersible machine which is 2.5 horsepower to draw the water from the borehole down to the underground tank, which of a 2,000 liter capacity where the sedimentation takes place. So from then we have a surface pumping machine of 1 horsepower that take the water from the underground tank down to the storage hubs. So from the hubs you have a pre-treatment tank outside which contains of a sand, we call it sand filter. Take the particles, big particles inside the water, the sand filter attract them and take them on the water. So water from the storage now come down to straight to this room. So the water that is coming from the storage lands straight to this membrane, we call it ultrafiltration membrane, where the suspended solutes in the water is being removed from the water. Then the water from this ultrafiltration membrane now taken down to the white tank of a 2,000 capacity. So we need that capacity to fill this system, because this system requires much water. So water from the 2,000 liter capacity, which has been pre-treated by the membrane of the ultrafiltration membrane, is being supplied to the blue cylinder that contains carbon and sand. So that blue cylinder takes away color, odor, and taste from presence in the water, so to make our water colorless, odorless, and tasteless. So from water from this carbon stroke sand filter now be taken through the surface pump down to the carbon cartridge. The function of the 2 carbon cartridge of the blue color is to remove the fine particles still present in the water. So now the water from that carbon cartridge is being taken, pushed by the high pump pressure of 2 horsepower, forcing into the reverse osmosis membrane. The reason for that high pump pressure is to overcome the osmotic pressure in the membrane, so that the function of the membrane is to remove the microorganisms present in the water. So peradventure there is any escape of that microorganism from the membrane, we still have a UV light, so that we kill the remaining organism in the water. So from then we now get a final product, which is a treated water, good for manufacturing of the baby wash. And all this process is being guided by the standard of a standard organization of Nigeria. And every time, let me say every week, we do peak sample, especially in the on Monday, peak sample for microbial analysis, which takes samples of 3 stages, from the carbon to the final product. Take of 3 stages to the micro lab to test for microbial analysis. Parameter is that any present microorganism there will be able to alert people before we use it.
One of the cardinal benefits of local manufacturing is job creation. Wemy Industries Limited takes pride in its people, the workforce, and that comes from the belief that only Nigerians with a genuine sense of patriotism can build the nation. That's why members of staff are giving a sense of belonging. And there's an unspoken but evident mantra here that says, "This is ours." It shines through from the positive energy exuded by members of staff.
My working in Wemy Industries has actually helped me in my line of profession, considering the course I studied in school, which is biochemistry. And coming into this place and getting involved with the process, it makes me see a bigger picture of where I was coming from and the area I'm going to go into, if I want to go into my master's and the rest of it. Now, in this place, we maintain 100% quality of our product, which is very, very important to us as a people because we want to also maintain our brand. Now, in the line, we have quality control people that are standby 24 hours to make sure that each product coming from the line conform to specification because we have regulatory bodies, SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria, and NAFDAC that regulate our system to make sure that we always maintain quality product. And one of my job here is to make sure that that is attained, that is obtained in the production line. And all through these years, though when I came in, it wasn't like this, but we have been there. They've been a great progress in our quality procedures, our hygiene process, our production process. It has been from one level of professionalism to another level of professionalism, and people are coming in, people with more ideas, people with more professions, people with more experience are coming in to help the system.
Effective distribution, executed by committed and proud off-takers, is the backbone of fast-moving consumer goods manufacturing. And Wemy Industry also has that in place.
Oh, for a very long time, Dr. Brown has been known for quality, and we enjoy the quality. It's not a kind of diapers that is being used and the urine of the children comes out. No, it absorbs very well. They have a very good product. They give out a very good quality product to the society, and we enjoy it. They have a very good baby wipes too. That is very attractive and very good. It cleans very well.
So I mean, man patronize me not gone by Dr. Brown products.
I began the distribution business with Dr. Brown's baby wipes, and I have remained with them ever since. I don't sell any other product. I am well known in my area as a sole distributor of Dr. Brown's products.
There's a new generation of transformational management in place now at Wemy Industries Limited, anchored by Mr. Paul Odunaya. With vision, strength, strategic planning, native intelligence and global experience in their kitty, the company is fit to compete globally and even regionally with the Bank of Industry's relentless support.
So Bank of Industry firstly helped us establish this company, Wemy Industries, in the late 70s, early 80s. And they also helped us in 2008, 2009, during that financial crisis as well. They helped with some intervention fund during that time. But most recently, they've helped us in acquiring new machines, diaper machines for our business, because our machines were expired, were obsolete, so we needed to procure more. And unfortunately, when we got the fund from BoI, that was when the devaluation happened. So the amount of machine we wanted to buy was about 3. We ended up buying 2. It shrunk. So, but they've been there during that time. They were also there for the recent intervention when we had a massive recession. It was a battle for survival, massive survival, because 80% or 70% of some of our inputs are imported. So we feel the brunt. But they have been there and they're still there today. And I expect them to be in our business for the foreseeable future as well. From inception, we've been a diaper business, predominantly a diaper business. Although we have other SKUs, we've been a diaper manufacturer in Nigeria. We're the first indigenous diaper manufacturer in Nigeria. And without the diaper machine, during the recession, we were importing before the recession. We didn't have the diaper machine because it was obsolete. So they helped us with the machine. And our business volumes were so low without the machine, such that when the machine arrived, our business, I would say, grew 10 times within 2 months, because diaper is a significant proportion of our turnover. It grew 10 times. And we anticipate that with further investments and money we're expecting from BoI still, we should be able to almost triple our size within the next 2 to 3 years. So we even think we are getting confident that we'll be one of the listed businesses on the Nigerian Stock Exchange within the next 5 years.
The Bank of Industry's intervention at Wemy Industries Limited has survived a whole generation of management, and BoI's relationship with the new transformational management there shows no signs of abating. That's how far the Bank of Industry can go to support serious indigenous businesses and local entrepreneurs. That can also be your story as well. Reach out to the Bank of Industry today and let them support you. Visit their website at boi.ng or call at any of their branches closest to you. Remember, you can apply for BoI loans online. Just download the BoI SME Loan app from the Google Play Store and follow the instructions. For further information, feel free to tweet at me at KAY Now, previous editions of the program are all available on youtube.com. Simply type BoI Weekly in the search area and there you go. That will be our package for today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Kayode Alayande. Bye now.